How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Lead Therapy, and thank you so very much for taking time for tuning into my video. We all know that the Democrats are very rarely satisfied with anything. You give them an inch and they want to take a mile, and that's what they're trying to do now. 135 Democrats are demanding that the ATF get even more aggressive with 80% lowers. A group of Democrats in Congress this week strongly urged the Biden administration to get more muscular in its ongoing crackdown on legal self-made firearms and components. Less than 2 months after the ATF controversial changes in the definition of frame or receiver went into effect as part of a witch hunt against so-called ghost guns. 135 Democrats in the U.S. House are asking for more action from both the Bureau and White House. Ghost guns are one of the fast-growing factors contributing to the epidemic of gun violence in our nation, said U.S. Representative Mike Thompson, a Democrat from California, before invoking images of suffering police and kids by saying these weapons pose a threat to our law enforcement officers, our community, and the safety of our children. Thompson, joined by a legion of like-minded lawmakers, most up for re-election in the next couple of weeks, signed a letter to President Joe Biden, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, and newly installed ATF Director Dettelbach, calling for strong law enforcement actions against ghost guns to stop their proliferation and protect our communities. The lawmakers stressed that the open letter issued by the ATF in September to federal firearm licensees falls short of what they feel the recently adopted new rules allow. While so-called 80% lowers and frames are still widely sold, just not with build kits complete with tools, jigs, and instructions as some were previously marketed with. Thompson and company feel that the ATF now has the juice to ban the sale of such items unless they are all serialized and tracked via federal background checks at all future transfers. We urge you to immediately resend the open letter and be clear in guidance and enforcement actions that all frames and receivers, including those who have reached a stage of manufacture such that they are clearly recognized as unfinished frames and receivers, must be serialized, wrote the lawmakers to the ATF this week. We look forward to hearing from the administration on specific plans to communicate to all stakeholders that the ghost gun regulation covers parts that can readily be converted, even if they are sold without tools, equipment, or instructions, if those are easily attainable by the general public. Introduced last May, the Justice Department published a rulemaking in the Federal Register for the ATF to change the definition of frame or receiver. Once the smoke cleared 90 days later, 291,249 public comments had been posted. By comparison, a 2018 regulatory ban on bump stocks, reclassifying the accessories as illegal machine guns, only drew 193,297 comments, largely opposed by Second Amendment and firearm industry groups, along with Republican lawmakers. The much-changed final rule was published on April 26, 2022, and took effect on August 24, 2022. The easiest way to stop these Democrats from trying to take away our Second Amendment rights even more is defeating them in the midterm elections in a couple of weeks and taking back the House. As always, let me know your thoughts about the story in the comment section down below. And if you could please help the channel out, it would be greatly appreciated if you like, share, and subscribe, and hit those post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video.